And it's Warped Rationale, Ben and Eric.
What's up, everybody?
What's
it's
up?
Eric.
I'm Ben.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you got for me today, Mr. Man?
Cool, man. All right. So, you get a letter in the mail. Mm-hmm. This is not a choice, so it's gonna happen.
It's already fictional. I don't get anything in the mail. Okay.
All right. So, you have been instructed to report to like this base. You're going to this base, and it's a government letter.
I'm going already?
They tell you.
What about this makes me
You
believe
have
it?
to go.
What about it makes me go,
It's
you know,
notarized.
seems legit.
It's absolutely notarized. It is legit. Like, if you look it up online, that's real.
Oh, like, so a bunch of other people have heard of this. Like,
Yeah.
this is just super legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're getting called to this base. Mm-hmm. They want you for 10 months to live in this house. It's a nice place. You have to live with and impregnate this robot.
Okay. Tell me about the robot.
Okay. So they finally think they have reproductive systems proper in robots, and they're just wanting to work out the kinks.
They just want to work out the kinks. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They just want to see, they just want to make sure that a robot can have a baby with the stuff that they've made.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So they're going to be monitoring you round the clock.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere.
Can't get it up? Too nervous. You gotta quit looking. I can't, I'm already here with this robot. What's the robot like? Did they at least try, or are they like, it's like an IBM from 1970?
They tried.
Oh, okay.
They tried. It's definitely a female. Mm-hmm. It does have boobs and everything. It doesn't really wear clothes, and it doesn't really have a skin tone. Like, it's like metal.
It looks like chrome.
Yeah.
Like metal.
Yeah, it looks metal.
They didn't try very hard.
It's shiny. They didn't try very hard, but they tried. Like, it's got boobs. Of course, it has a vagina because they were building that way.
You're not saying it's got boobs. You're saying it has boobs. like as if they were put on as an afterthought. Like somebody taped them on the night before.
No, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. Like, they're clearly formed into it.
You can go get an honest to God, almost human looking fuck doll for like $2,000.
Right. Well, this is before those.
What? So I've been transported back in time too.
This is the technology that's leading to that, but they're not quite there yet.
What I'm gathering is that the circumstance is, no matter what, it has to be that I'm in this position.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So more realistically, I'll just go up and say, hey, and then you could do better than this. And they'll be like, yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're right.
That's true.
But this is what we had money for.
Okay.
And I mean, okay, so you have to live with this thing for 10 months.
Right.
Could you fuck it? Would you fuck it?
I mean,
they want you to fuck it. They want you to get it pregnant.
Look, everybody's on board with you fucking the robot.
Yeah,
okay?
they're down.
Don't get confused.
You're gonna get
when it comes to you and robot penetration. Thumbs up from the government. Yeah. Everybody's on board.
They want it to happen.
Anytime they think you're about to fuck it, you can hear a hushed gasp come from another room. Yeah. Everybody's excited.
Two-way mirror.
We're really rooting for you. We got a scientist here in the back behind the two-way mirror. He's got a little foam finger on. You're number one, buddy.
Right.
Get on in there. Okay, so everybody's in camp fuck a robot. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Could I do it?
Yeah.
I think that if you were to ask any number of guys if they could go into a situation where they had some kind of crazy, I guess sort of realistic sex doll, that I don't know the circumstances around it. I'm not ready to say yes. Am I for the purposes of every conversation, I'm single. This is just something that happens to me in my life.
Yes.
How old am I when I get this call? Am I as old as I am now, or
Yeah,
am I in
you're
my
as
early
old
20s?
as you are now.
Because in my early 20s, you'd have had to pay me not to fuck that thing. Fuck it, yeah, of course. Like, sure, everybody would, I think.
But I mean, everybody's watching. I mean, you don't see everybody watching, but I
Yeah.
mean, do you have like scientists and people that made the robot? Everybody's watching.
The thing that would piss them off would be that, I mean, yeah, probably eventually, but not in the first month. Like, it would take a long time to get used to the fact, like, well, everybody sees you do everything, you know, to desensitize to that.
Right.
And that would be, you know, I don't know why they need to watch. I mean, if it gets pregnant or it doesn't get pregnant, regardless of it being observed, this isn't a tree falling in the woods situation.
They need to see what happens, though.
It gets fucked.
Yeah.
That's it. Open and shut case.
If it doesn't get pregnant, they need to see why. Like, is it interfailing with the robot? Is it a you thing?
That seems like something they would be able to read through sensors installed in the robot, not be like, yeah, he's trying, that kid can't fuck. He could do better, but he ain't no good at boning. That's the problem. Like, what would it... No, I just don't think that they would end up needing to observe me.
They are.
So what's happening here is this sounding a lot like... Maybe it is legitimately the government, but what's happening is that I've been kidnapped by a club of government perverts who want to watch some kid fuck a robot.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Man,
no,
I mean, that is pretty suspicious.
No
I don't
twists.
Know. Does it talk?
Yeah, like it has a personality.
It has a personality?
Yeah.
So I'm getting a robot girlfriend.
Yes.
For 10 months.
Right.
I'm already thinking about how we're going to escape together.
Which...
I can't leave her behind. You can't just ask me to fuck something that has a personality and then forget about it. I mean, you can ask, but I don't think that's doable. Come on, how many comic books have you ever read where it's like some guy falls in love with an android girl and it's like, or anime? This is anime up and down the street. This is the basis of an anime. We got 24 episodes just on what you've asked.
I know, right?
It's like, yes, of course he could fuck it. And also he's in love with it and they got to escape because she's developed a personality.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Such drama. No, man, yeah.
As soon as I thought of this, I was like, this is an anime. I know this is
for
anime somewhere.
The only thing holding it back from being an anime is that there's not two more robots, each with their own distinct hair color.
Right.
Shit, man. Yeah. I mean, does it actually feel and think, or is it like an AI, or is it just a convincing robot?
It feels and thinks. Like it's high tech enough.
They've gone way out of their way to create a situation that would explode. You know that?
Yeah.
Because they could have hooked something up to a fleshlight, and it would have been like, here, just go into a room and you know, take care of it. Let's see if we have us a baby.
Right.
They could have done that. They could have done that.
They want to see if you're gonna make a cyborg baby or not.
I mean, you know, again, it occurred. It feels to me like maybe they're going about this all the wrong way. You know it. It seems like they just want to see a guy.
I mean,
jack off using a robot utensil. Because to give it feelings, this is about something else.
What if it's an absolute bitch?
I mean, no. Then no. I'd be like, look, you want to find out whether or not a mean girl can get pregnant? That is historically proven. It can happen. But you can't stuff me into a house with a robot and be like, bang it. And she's like, I'll fucking kill you if you do. That's not being a bitch. That's just that's just reasonable.
No, yeah.
But to put me in that situation is not very fair either.
Like, she wants it, but she's just kind of a bitch. She's kind of mean.
Well, like in what way?
Like she's kind of a bitch. Like if you're like
does she call me names?
If you're living with this person,
yeah,
and you're like, I mean, this is something that people do. If you ask her, hey, can you grab me a drink out of the fridge, or hey, can you know?
I don't think I'd be asking her to do those
would
things.
You not?
Honestly,
I fucking would.
It's what are we here for? Am I here to get this? Am I here to make a weird baby? Am I here to date her?
But the thing is, you have to live with her for 10 months.
Sure, but I'm not going to ask her for soda. We're in a weird position with each other. Can you really walk into a situation? Because basically what you're saying is, what if they had a person there? This is all dancing around just what would you do. It's turning into just is if it was a person.
Right.
Because it thinks and it feels and it looks like a person and all that. And the setup requires it be a robot.
Like a person.
But what it basically is coming down to is, you know, what could you deal with the situation? And it's, I mean, I can deal with various facets of this, but to go into it and be like, hey, you gotta fuck that mean robot. You know, like, I guess you could have done a lot to make this easier, first of all.
Yeah.
But because of what it is, it has to be as it is. Sure thing. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm going to ask it for much. I think, and if it was to ask me for a soda, I'd be like, do you really think that's like appropriate? I mean, we're not friends. We appear to be coworkers.
Right.
In this instance, we seem to be doing science or something. Some fucking gross, weird science. Some sweaty basement science that don't make any sense.
Would you want like a half robot, half human baby?
The impression that I mean...
Here comes the twist, okay? Here it comes. I'm about
Jesus.
to throw the curveball.
This has all just been a fucking stone path down to the actual street?
No. But I just thought about this. Here comes the twist.
Okay. So
it gets pregnant. You have to deal with it going through the pregnancy cycle, but the robot doesn't quite understand.
So it's like autistic? Like it just doesn't get...
It doesn't understand, like, you know how...
I am reeling.
Well, it's not okay. The plan's not foolproof.
I don't think you're saying this, but you're basically like, so you screw this mean robot, and it doesn't know about the birds and bees. So it's like, what's happening to me? And I'm like, no, it's like, what's happening to me, you piece of shit? And I'm like, I got a letter, and now I'm here. Right. And I don't know. I guess it doesn't take me that long to just work myself into a situation where I'm like, you know what? I tell you, if you were to say something really mean to me, I don't think I'd be able to fuck it. I don't think we'd even cross this barrier. I think I'd just be...
The baby's born.
Jeez.
And it's like... it's like... Have you ever seen VR Troopers?
I mean, I
it's
recall
split down the
name.
middle. Half machine, half person.
What do you mean? Do you mean like 50%, or do you mean literally there is a line in the middle of its face?
There is a line in the middle of its face.
And the left side of my kid is robot, and the right side is kid.
And they're like, look, this didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. You're going to have to take this home.
How the fuck did you want it to turn out? What were you thinking was going to happen? Somebody had to build that. You can't have metal grow into a kid. We had half a kid and somebody stuck a prosthetic on it.
Right.
You're demented. You go fuck a robot. You go and deal with it. You go and figure out how your life's gonna work now. What am I supposed to do or feel?
So now you have a half robot baby.
Yeah.
Do you raise it?
Are they gonna make me? Was that in the letter?
They just said no. This was
me
not
with
in the letter.
Such respect for correspondence that I'm already here.
This is not in the letter.
This is not.
But
this
it
is
happens.
Just some crazy dude's plan.
It happens.
Sure.
And they're like, the baby comes out, and they're like, look, this isn't what we expected. Here, you have to take this home.
I don't know, man. Would I raise it in this pachinko board of fucking madness that you've dropped me into? Yeah. I don't know. Is the baby an asshole too, or is he kind of cool?
Look, you took the asshole thing and really ran with it. No, I said, what if it was? It didn't have to be.
Well, but
from the start, it was like, yeah, she's pretty cool. But then I was like, what if it's a bitch? And then you took that and said, that's the new thing.
Because that's
and touchdown pass.
Because that's a deal breaker. Because that's a linchpin to me. Like, I can roll with a lot of things, but if you're like, it's going to be me, and I'm like, well, that is a huge factor in how I'm going to deal with the rest of this nonsense.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Because I can put up with a lot of shit, but if somebody's going to give me a hard time about it too, fuck, man.
I mean, I agree with you, yeah.
Never mind. So are you saying that it doesn't have to be that way?
No, it doesn't have to be a total bitch.
Me and this robot could be friends?
I was just saying, what if? Yeah.
Well, then we're having the baby outside the facility because we already burrowed through the ground, motherfucker. I ain't letting her die in there. We're gonna run, Eric. Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Would I raise a robot baby? Yeah, I'd raise any fucking baby, I guess. I mean, if it's my kid, well, what's the difference? I know you're giving me this look like metal parts are the difference. Like, yeah, but functionally,
it's like half robot.
well, but I mean, if I have
like
a kid,
if it's a boy, if it's a little robot boy, he's got one metal ball and half a metal dick, and the other side's flesh.
See, these are things that I won't interact with very frequently.
That's
I'm not
great,
too worried about
but when
his
he's like,
baby
when he
metal
grows
balls.
up and he's like in puberty, and he's like, hey, what? I've got like half metal.
Yeah.
Like, I've got like half metal dick down here. Dad, nobody else out there has half metal dick.
And I'm going to say to him, little baby robot Jonathan, how did you even grow to be at puberty when half of you is metal, which does not change over time? What the? You're going to have to make some adjustments. You're not going to be able to go and read your social studies book or go to your humanities class and be like, teacher, how come I'm half robot? She's not going to be able to answer that. That's why we got to teach you in the basement. Because the world's not ready. Does he have power, ability? Is he like fast and strong, or is he just? Well, I mean, because you're asking me like it's weird. I mean, if you have a kid, say you have a kid who has a birth defect, they're a peachy keen kid in every way,
yeah.
except they're missing an arm and a leg, and somebody can just attach a metal prosthetic to them, and then they're able to walk and use their hand.
Right.
That isn't weird to me. So a kid who's half metal, like, okay, so he's still half not metal, that's fine. And even if he was a total robot, I mean, god damn, you can get attached to any fucking thing as long as you can, build a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the fact that he's half robot doesn't trouble me, unless he's like some kind of 50% killbot who can crush other babies with his hand or some shit. I don't feel like I have to worry too much about the fact he's half robot. Plus, me and Clarice have been on the run for a while now, and we're really trying to stick this thing out. Yeah, she's got a name, Eric.
I was about to say, give her a name, huh?
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, you go in there if you want to give her a name, whatever.
I didn't wait for their permission. She picked her own name, man. She's an activated woman in more ways than one, because she, turn her on and off, I guess. Would they turn off?
I mean, probably not. If they built this thing to be pregnant.
If they built it to be... It just seems like there's a lot of other choices they could have made to make it a little bit better.
They could have, yeah. They absolutely could have.
Plug her in every night.
They could have done a way better job.
They really could have. We seem to be in like a kind of the slacker sector of the government with this crazy-ass reproductive scheme.
He doesn't have superpowers, by the way. I mean, he's just a
regular kid.
His
his metal parts are no stronger than anything else.
No, I mean they're metal. So I mean that's stronger than skin, but he doesn't have like superhuman strength or anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, then he's not going to be running around the house like breaking the walls down. Or
no, it's
tearing
not like
the foundations apart. Yeah, okay. Well then,
like
I don't see any reason
he has a
why
weird
I wouldn't be able
auto-tuned voice a little bit.
That's wicked, man. Yeah. You can make a lot of money doing that. Look at T-Pain. He's made a whole career out of it.
Right.
That dude does Twitch streams now. So he's just really going up in the world.
Yeah, he is.
Look at that. You could, baby robot Jonathan, you could be doing Twitch streams too one day. You might even be able to connect to the internet yourself. Wow. Baby's first day surfing the internet.
So you're okay with all this?
Yeah. No. Okay. Of course I'm not. But you said the letter was like... You didn't even say, would you go? You said, you're on your way. No, because I knew
the answer to would you go. That's why I was like, hey, you don't get a choice.
No, I'm not okay with any of it. But it seems like by the end of this, 6-issue miniseries that we're going to do here, I'm in love with a robot and I'm raising a half-human child because that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I checked my fucking mail. What would they have done if I just didn't check my mail? I don't check my mail, man. They'd have had to call me and I'd have hung up. Before they would never have been able to. They would have had to have drugged me and taken me. And I bet you could find a lot of people, Eric, who are way more willing. I bet if you could... See, I got my reservations. Right. There are 100 people. There's probably 10 people on this street. You could be like, you want to go fuck a robot for 10 months? They'd be like, yeah. Yeah, you going to pay for food? Yeah.
You think so?
Bring me the robots. In the world we live in the internet you've seen, you think there aren't robot fucking people out there who'd be like, hell yeah?
I don't think there's a bunch of them.
I do, yeah.
I don't...
Think about all the people you know, and I don't mean to be, like, mean, but think about all the people you know who love anime.
Yeah.
Think about them. Think about how they're already conditioned to be kind of cool with it. Think about how many of them are like, how many people have you seen say 2D girls are better than 3D girls, and you know they mean it, because 3D girls are scary and
Right.
they think things.
Right.
They may not think you're that cool. But a robot girl, that's basically a 2D girl, but you could touch her boobs. Hell
She don't
yeah,
care.
man. They'd be signing up. You just,
I guess that's fair.
you just start an otaku line and let people go through.
I just
they'd be
didn't
doing it like
assume
crazy.
because, I mean, I don't know. I'd like to do a survey.
People literally fuck goats.
I mean, yeah, I know, but like, I'd like
If
to
you
do.
could give them something other than that, I don't think they do that because it's the best thing. I think they just,
We should go walk around Walmart and do a survey.
okay,
Ask 100 people.
good. I can't wait to not be allowed back into Walmart.
All right, here we go. Here we go now. Gonna take it down. It's the end of the show. What's going on, folks? Yeah, it's the end of the mother show. End of the show. Yes, we just alone. I wanna take a ride in your Camaro. Yeah. End of the show. End of the show. Yeah.
Got it! Got it! We're printing!
Print money.
Printing some damn money!
Print it.
That's gold!